for all the people around the world, they have their eyes on economy and economical conditions. For there's so many of you wonderful, wonderful beings, wherever you are, and especially our Canadian friends. It is like this. Many say you don't have to worry because of the economical conditions in the United States of America. But just wait a minute. You see, if we had not gotten involved as warriors, and I said it with hesitancy, warriors, we don't want to be warriors, because for the simple reason it is costing millions into the billions, and maybe, you know, if no one keeps track, it could end up costing trillions of dollars. We should revert to being peacemakers. Peacemakers who go in and help the people to rebuild their country, to build schools, to build beautiful roads, hospitals, and the like. Now, I know the American side doesn't like socialism. Dumb they are, very dumb. That's why you have thousands, hundreds of thousands of people there who can't have care because of no possibility to get any health care whatsoever. It seems more an enslaved to the fast buck society here across the border. And we were always hoping that it would be for our sake as well, that Mr. Obama would be different. When someone told me that Mr. Obama is similar to McCain, I gasped for breath that he would be also a warmonger. We don't need more warmongers, we need peacemakers. And when I was appointed to be the official peace speaker for the new millennium by the Red Web Society of First Nations, I found it a very heavy task. And of course many of you have said, how can you be appointed? You have a European accent. Haha, let me say to you who makes this remark, I'm First Nations. I'm First Nations, and my ancestors were the ancestors that were dragged off of this continent to Europe. I was fortunate to come into the empowerment of my custodial mother's family, that they had been protected by some very lovely, beautiful Jewish families. They rescued them. What later happened, we can't understand even today. But before that, before all of that, the story went that there were some Zarathustrians and Zoroastrians in this family of my custodial father. See, there we go, even wilder. So what you see, I have to say to you, is not always what you get. The man or woman who have experienced life as life really is, and of course I can tell you I was a larger experiencer than many, but not the largest. We know some experiences upon this planet that make you weep. And they are afraid even today, from when they were children to today, because the horrible individuals that tortured, murdered, slaughtered are still around and are still watching them. So I can tell you also about my own. But why should I? I'm not here to blow my, but your horn. I like to come to you with great love and compassion because I'm a true life experiencer. Yes, I can say that. I watched people brutally being murdered. I experienced bombs dropping around me. So I can have the compassion and the love for people wherever they are, whether these people are in Iraq, and it makes me cry. It was a beautiful country with magnificent roads, very high quality hospitals and care, to a place that is too dangerous, even today, to go in your car and drive around to visit friends. We had at one time taken in some Afghani people who had escaped Russian prisons, and we remember their stories as they were prisoners of this Russian conflict and war type situation. I come to you. I have to awaken you out of your me, I society. I have to call you to love, warmth, kindness and compassion. I am here and the appointed peace speaker for this time upon your planet, so I call you. The economy of Canada is not without the shaky condition. It depends how much money you allow this Harper and the Harper bunch to truck out of your country to a war where he had no business to be involved in. What is it with the Canadian people? Have you lost it? Maybe you should go and find Pierre Elliott Trudeau, his son, and speak with him. Maybe he can bring some sense. I hope. But you who is out there thinking, worried, yes, you have a different mortgage system than those in the United States. And the friends over the border, these beautiful people who are shaking in their boots today. But does that make it that people in Europe are not shaking in their boots? Of course they are. Because this nasty, horrible condition is affecting the planet. In many, many ways, its economy. My concern is that you are now in 2008, going on to 2009, which is a very ominous vibration. Not as ominous as sometimes that are to come in the future, but next year, very soon to be here, it is very ominous. And I warn all the people that sojourn to the Great Dome, Mecca, to pray for peace, to pray for harmony. I also warn those in Iran to not be so cocky and to choose a man who is in your country speaking up while your country's economy is sliding deeper and deeper. My Iranian friends come and tell me these stories of their great worries and their great imbalances in their thoughts. They love their country.